What is happening, my friends? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin, and welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Now, whether it's politics, pop culture, sports, or the latest buzz, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So kick back, stay informed, and let's get ready to join the conversation. Look, y'all, I'm so happy to be joining you all on this great day. The Arrington Gavin Show comes to you weeknights. All right, weeknights available on all digital and streaming platforms. The streaming platforms of YouTube. Our YouTube channel is our Smooth Club Media. Our or on Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. And then also on our radio affiliate, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, based out of Dallas, Georgia. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM, as well as WDJYFM.com. Look, we have a great show for you today. No guests, but we will be having some very soon. Just yours truly. But we're going to impact a lot within this hour. Got a lot of stories and discussions we're going to be bringing up. Of course, we're going to bring up our two favorite segments of the day, like our fun fact, as well as Arrington's movie review. So we're going to have so much in store for you today. And again, I just thank you all, the listeners and the viewers out there that take the time out your schedule to kick back and just tune into the program. You could be listening and watching anything with your time, but thank you for taking the time to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, we are an unbiased, independent platform that is just here to keep you informed and up to speed with the latest trends and things happening in politics, sports, you name it. We keep you informed, as well as pop culture, right? So it is football season that has already started. What a first game it was, by the way. Kansas City took on the Baltimore Ravens, and it was the debut for Derrick Henry, which by far I truly believe is the one of the best running backs, easily top. I'm gonna say top three right now. Right now, he is the top three best running back in the NFL. Like what, 6'2", 6'3", possibly taller than that. He's a solid athlete. Has had great years with the Tennessee Titans. This was a huge change for him, leaving Tennessee, heading to Baltimore to play with the Ravens. I think it's a great pickup, even though they lost. I think it's a great addition to the Baltimore Ravens and gives Lamar Jackson some breathing room. He doesn't always have to rely on the running game, but hey, look, now you got two weapons. When I'm trying to fix the beard here, it looked a little rough for a second. But yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot here on here within this hour. Before we move on, I would like to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like my good friend, Mr. Bernardo Johnson, founder of Bernardo Menswear. This gentleman, man, he keeps you swagged out from head to toe, business casual, formal, you name it, he has it there. Amazing shoes and accessories just to keep your brand, keep that look looking fresh. Because one thing I will say, the toughest thing when it comes to just living is wardrobe, okay? Especially when it comes to people that work in business, people that are entrepreneurs, people that are business owners, because at the end of the day, you are your brand. So your appearance is key. There's a lot of people out there that I don't care what I'm wearing. That. Look, I'm always very strict on my appearance. I am. Now I have my bum days, okay? Like today, I got on some sweats, some slides, and I'm just kicking right now. I'm just chillaxing. But you know what? This is not me all day every day, okay? This is not me all day every day. This is very rare where I get to just really chillax. If I'm home and not leaving the house, then I'm dressing like a bum. Sometimes I don't even wear nothing. Sometimes I'm just naked. That's right, I said it. I don't care. I'm in my house. but you always need a great wardrobe. Helps build that confidence as well. And my good friend, Mr. Bernardo Johnson, he will keep you looking sharp. Let me tell you something. For more information, you can visit his website at www.bernardomenswear.com. If you happen to be in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, go stop by his store located in MacArthur Mall in the heart of downtown Norfolk, first floor, Bernardo's Menswear. Let them know that Arrington sent you, and hey, you might even get a discount. You never know. You never know. So I would love to thank Bernardo's Menswear for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. All right, my friends, we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere, and do me a favor, do not change that dial. We'll be back with more on the Arrington Gavin Show.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
All right, welcome back, my friends, to the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we love to have fun here, and we enjoy comedians. At least me. I will tell you, I am a huge fan of stand-up comedians. I attend comedy shows more than I attend concerts. That's just it's the God honest truth. My wife and I, we attend comedy shows almost twice or three times a month. I kid you not. The reason why I brought that up because I want to shout out my good friend Miss Kimberly Tucker. She is based out of the Hampton Roads area. She recently just won the hottest mic award that was given by Coast Live. It was actually let me get you onto it. Coast Live is a lifestyle, a weekday lifestyle show that airs here in Hampton Roads area and some parts of the Carolinas on WTKR, which is a CBS affiliate network. And Coast Live is hosted by my good friends, Mr. Chandler Nunley and the iconic journalist, an Emmy-nominated journalist, Miss April Woodard. They had recently created almost like a spinoff program called Coast Comedy Live that was a showcase that featured comedians from all across the Hampton Roads area. And let me tell you something, Hampton Roads, we have some talented individuals. You hear me? We have some extremely talented individuals. This is an area where let's see, Missy Elliott, Timberland, Pharrell, Bruce Smith, Teddy Riley, so many, Jay Farrow, Grant Holloway. I mean, we have so many talented individuals, as well as the Frank Batten Sr., who founded the Weather Channel, all originate from Hampton Roads, Virginia. So we have a lot of great history in this area, but we also have amazing comedians, and comedians have never really gotten all their fair share of respect and flowers. So Coast Comedy Live, I think they're just finished their third season, and it's 8 episodes. You can actually go online to WTKR / WTKR.com / Coast Comedy Live, if I'm not mistaken. or just go to WTKR.com and you can go to the search bar and type in Coast Comedy Live, and you can look at previous episodes, previous shows on there. They had comedians featured on there like Quincy Carr, let's see, Bodacious, as well as Sherry Priester, who will actually be coming on the show very soon, and Kimberly Tucker. And Kimberly Tucker is, let me tell you, one hilarious individual. She is one hilarious individual. So again, I just wanted to shout out Kimberly Tucker on winning that award. Well deserved. Look her up, Kimberly Tucker. I believe her first name is spelled with a Y instead of an I. Kimberly Tucker, comedian Kimberly Tucker. So let's get started with our fun fact of the day. Let's see where that's at. All righty. So our fun fact of the day is: did you guys know that the voices of Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life? Did you know? Did you know? Says here that Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor were married for 18 years until Allwine's death in 2009. So those were the original voice. Those are the voices of Mickey Mouse. And yes, they really were a couple in real life. Now, do you think they like did it using their voice? They're like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, just out of curiosity, like, ho, ho, ho. That was my Mickey Mouse impersonation. That was a very awful one. Hello. I'm sorry. But yeah, that was a fun fact of the day. Woo! Brought to you by the Arrington Gavin Show. Alrighty. Before it gets a little too weird. People are already saying too late now, Arrington, too late. All right, let's get it on with our movie review. So this is a new segment I love to that I just started, and it's not guaranteed that every episode I'll bring this up, but I am having fun with it because like most people, I am a movie buff, right? I tune into more movies than I do TV shows. See, my wife is the opposite. She enjoys watching series and not a movie. I'm a movie all day, especially like on a day off when I don't have nothing to do. Oh, I'm binge watching movies and not TV shows. So Aaron's movie review that I want to bring up is Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I'm not as aggressive when it comes to the Marvel universe, right? I'm aware of what Marvel is and things like that, but I don't follow it, if that makes sense. I'm not like, I don't follow the series. I don't follow a lot of superhero movies and shows like that. DC, Marvel. I'm unfamiliar with it. I want to get to know more because, see, on my wife's side of the family, they're big on Marvel. They're big on like DC and comics and all that great stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I want to pick up on this. As a kid, I think my favorite superhero was always Batman, because to me, Batman had more realisticness to it than like a Superman, or hey, somebody can fly, somebody shooting webs out of their hands, or somebody that has the ultimate strength. Like Batman was like, okay, my power is my money. Okay, realistic, seems realistic. So I was always a big Batman fan. So since I met my wife, I'm starting to get more understanding with how the Marvel series and the order goes. I haven't seen all the Guardians of the Galaxies or Avengers or things like that. Like, I think before I met my wife, it was only really like one Marvel movie I saw, and that was the first Spider-Man and maybe Iron Man. And then the third was Black Panther. Like, I was like, oh, this is I didn't know how the order. And so, anyways, I had to watch. I wanted to see the new Deadpool movie. My wife and I want to see the new Deadpool movie, but guess what? I haven't even seen the first two at the time. So what do? We watched the first one, we watched the second one, and in my mind, I'm like I'm not like blown away, like, oh, that's so cool, that's so cool. It was like, yes, it was funny, but it was like weird funny at the same time. Like if Napoleon, like I would picture like Napoleon Dynamite became a superhero. Well, no, that's probably more. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird. It was a weird humor. It was a weird, crude humor film. So we end up seeing the Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine, which Deadpool is played by Ryan Reynolds, well-known actor, very successful. Not crazy about Ryan. I will say I'm not like, ooh, I gotta see this movie. Yes, Ryan. No, I'm not like I don't get now again. Hugh Jackman, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta see it because Hugh Jackman, great action star, very multi-talented. He does musicals, he does comedy, he does a lot. He does a lot. Um, I don't see that in Ryan. Ryan stays in the humor. He might try and do some serious dramas, but you just can't like you can't not like take away the fact that this dude it really is a jokester and prankster. It's just like Kevin Hart trying to play serious roles, right? Like I enjoyed his serious films, but I'm like, it's just hard to get the funny Kevin into this. It's just hard. Anyways, Deadpool Wolverine very successful. As of right now, I'm looking at the box office. Box office is getting close to about 1.3 billion in box office. Now their budget was 200 million. Damn. Uh, it's like that's when you know Marvel is that company where they have a budget of 200 million. Like a lot of films try to even make 80 million in the box office, right? So it just shows you the I guess the new age when it comes to the cost of films. And that's why I'm kind of more on the independent films. I will say because there's a lot of independent directors and writers out there that's really trying to get their work out, and uh you know, it's hard to compete with huge corporations uh like whoever is this under, trying to see, is this under Warner Brothers? I can't recall exactly where this is yeah, I can't recall where this is filmed, or which oh, it says, is that Pinewood Studios? Yeah, I think it says Pinewood Studios. Anyway, let me carry on. So my review on this film after watching it, now I've mentioned before, is already was a huge success, right? Huge success. I mentioned the amount of money they made in the box office. Me personally, I wouldn't give them a 10 out of 10. I would give them a solid. Mm, Personally, I would say an 8 out of 10. Just because you lose me with the length of the film. I cannot do 2 hour plus long movies. I can't. Now, the theme of it, interesting. It was good. I think I Deadpool, the his humor and like the beginning and middle, like it was just the back and forth fights that him and Wolverine had. I mean, it was getting kind of old, but I understood the fact that, hey, look, they don't like each other now. They're starting to like each other, and this and the other. It was a lot. I think it was a lot of bits and pieces that was impacted in one film. Now, I will say, well, let me take it back. I'll move it up to 8.5. The part that I did like was when they brought in like previous people that was in Marvel. I didn't know was part of Marvel, like Blade. Okay, Wesley Snipes came. I'm like, oh snap, that's look Blade. I didn't know he was part of Marvel. They had Elektra. They had another gentleman, I can't remember, that Channing Tatum played. Let me see if I can I can't even find who. Yeah, I can't even find who played well, Channing Tatum's character played, but I thought it was quite interesting. I thought it was quite interesting. Okay, it says here Remy LeBeau. or Gambit. The character was attached to portray the unproduced Gambit film. Okay. They also had the Human Torch, uh, played by Chris Pines. And so I'm like, okay, I saw some familiar people, but it was interesting. I just can't. I'm not as addicted when it comes to superhero films, guys. Hey, I don't care how you feel about it. That's just me personally. Um, Deadpool, out of all the superheroes, I mean, I'm a fan of, like, X-Men and Wolverine, but Deadpool just annoys me for some reason. I will say he was funny, but he annoys me. It's just a lot of moments where I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, it's just weird. It's weird, but I'll give it the 8.5 out of 10. And that is Deadpool and Wolverine. Now I recommend to check it out. You might have a different opinion for it, or you might have even you agree with me, or might even go lower in score. Never know. But that is my movie review, brought to you by the Arrington Gavin Show. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get it going with our first story of the day. So recently, let me adjust my notes here. Recently, R&B singer, the iconic R&B singer, Miss Syleena Johnson. Syleena Johnson, as I mentioned, has had a career for well over 2 decades, if maybe even almost longer than that. She is a former host of the daytime talk show Sister Circle. She currently hosts a program on In the Black Network along with Vivica Fox, and she recently was on. It was a radio interview where she shared her thoughts on today's R&B, and coming from a person with her resume, with when she began and how it was supposed to be and this and that, I can understand her frustration. I can understand where she's coming from. But I want you guys to listen to this soundbite that I'm about to bring up, and I'm just curious. I mean, do you agree or do you disagree with Syleena Johnson and what she had to say? So let me pull this soundbite up for you guys.
Let me be very clear about these charts. They are bought and paid for.
Mm.
If you have money, you can go number one
Mm.
with Barry Had a Little Lamb. And that's on Everything I Love. And that's on the radio charts. They are bought and paid for.
Yeah.
Now, if I am buying radio, and maybe I ain't supposed to be saying this, but if I'm buying into the radio, radio ads to push my album up the charts,
Uh-huh.
then other charts will say, "Hey, oh, okay, then it's there." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh,
It's
it's
on. It's
there.
on the
So
radar.
now it's there, so we can push ours to the chart.
Yeah.
But if you see somebody's number one on radio or going up on radio, they bought that.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear about these charts. They are bought and paid for.
Mm.
The watered downness of the vocal has contributed to now the new R&B in a way. And so when some of us hear it, we like, people like that, they ain't even singing good. Well,
Yeah.
I come from an era where you had to know how to sing. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan, Brandy, like these people, those artists, you had that era of R&B and music. Faith Evans, Kelly Price, them people sang.
They
You see what I'm saying? They
singing.
sang.
Yeah.
Even Mary back, because people judge Mary, but Mary's early albums, My Life, what's the 411? Singing. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Tevin Campbell, which y'all people just not getting up on.
Yeah.
Tevin been singing. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I come from an era where you had to know how to sing, where now you really don't.
Yeah.
So I think we're losing a little bit of the emotion that we've been tied to because of the way that our artists sang back then.
So I would say this. I don't disagree with Miss Johnson. I really don't. Now I am a fan of R&B music, right? I'm a fan of all genres, but if I had to pick one, like 90s, early 2000s R&B. That's what I listened to as a kid. Or my mom took me, was taking me to school. I'm always listening to the local R&B station, always, always. So groups like Drew Hill, All for One, obviously, Boys to Men. She mentioned Tevin Campbell, Usher, Charlie Wilson. I mean, come on now. Like, R&B is that good feel good music, right? You can listen to it when you want to be romantic. You can listen to it when you going through a heartache. You can listen to it when you want to celebrate. Like, it's so much emotion, right? Now, one thing she was calling people out saying, these charts are bought. I don't disagree with that either. Now, I don't think she should say like that's a regular thing, like that everybody that makes it to on a chart, like, oh, they bought. Like, sometimes it sounds a little haterade-ish because you look at the status of her career. You look at, okay, are you doing this out of spite? Because you're like, I know that last album I just did was fire and deserves to be. Like, I feel like all artists think that. All artists think that of their own music. I mean, come on. With my business, I think I have the best in the world. Okay, that's me. But I'm not gonna go and be like, oh, they bought this and that and this and that. No, that's probably there's probably the truth factor in it. Now another thing that she mentioned was she was bringing up, like, back then we had singers, Mariah Carey, Faith Evans, she said Mary J. Blige. I'm like, well, that's just me personally. That's just me. I know a lot of women out there like, no, this man did not go after Mary J. Blige. No, she got some hits, but singers going a little too far now. We're going a little too far. You can't have Mariah Carey and then bring up Mary J. Blige the same. I'm sorry, you just can't. You cannot. Faith Evans can sing. Deborah Cox to me is a singer. All right, let's come on. Let's cut to the chase. Monica, singer. Keisha Coles, singer. Keisha Coles can sing now. But coming from and even Syleena Johnson can sing her ass off. I'll be honest, she can sing. Now to read a little more verbiage of this, says here, obviously I played you the soundbite, but during a recent chat on the Beat ATL, she expressed the singers today don't have to do as much as the artists she came up with. Johnson admitted that oftentimes she and her musical colleagues are stunned by the work that has become popular in today's market. I feel like that's such like an old thing to say, like an old person term to say. Like, I remember back in my day, this amount of work we had to put in, and now look at them. You got Chad GPT and AI. They don't gotta do nothing, but we had to do all the work. Look what we had to go. That's where I'm getting in the back on the back of my head when I think about that. So she says here, obviously I come from the era where you had to know how to sing. She said legendaries access Whitney Houston, of course, The Voice, Aretha Franklin, of course, and Shaka Khan, who showcased her classic voice during the NPR's Tiny Desk in June recently. Now, while her comments may spark some adverse reaction in the R&B world, other vets have expressed such sentiments for years. Many have attributed this shift in sound to the new acts like lack of church singing backgrounds. Okay. And the rise of auto-tune. Johnson even suggested that top spots on the music charts can be bought. Whether or not the theory is true has yet to be proven. Now, I get it. I don't there's only one person that really made auto-tune popular, and that's T-Pain. T-Pain also knows how to sing. He can sing for real. which I think that just shows the versatility and how talented that individual is. But there are singers out there. To me, I'm like, okay, I don't know why he is up there on the top. Like, I'll be honest, Trey Songz. I went to a Trey Songz concert in high school, and like I don't. I'm like, what is he saying? Like he whines a lot. Keith Sweat. Now I know that's old school. I'm sorry, I know that's old school. So I guess that let me avoid that. I'm just calling people out that I don't care for their voices, but Keith Sweat's one of them. Sound like he had like a nasal condition or something. Let me see who else. Who else is a Tank is a good singer. I think Tank shows off a lot. Like I think he shows off more, and the showing off overpowers his actual skill in voice. Miguel's a great singer, right? Some of the newer age performers out there. It's when it comes to R&B singers, it's just very difficult, like to say, oh, like when you close your eyes and you're listening to Anthony Hamilton. What a unique voice, right? What a unique voice. I mentioned Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson's almost 70 years old and has the voice of a young guy. There are some new, like Duran Bernard. If you look him up, He is, he is the future. Oh my gosh, what was Alan Stone? Another soulful, great voice. Robin Thicke. Chris Brown. I think he's more of an entertainer and pop now. He really doesn't do a lot of soft like vocals where you hear his voice because he's always dancing and giving a lot of energy. So it's hard to kind of gravitate to all that stuff. I'm talking like I actually, like I hit the stage whenever I'd pop, lock, and all that stuff. I can't really sing at the same time. But no, but it's an art. It's an art, right? But I understand where she's coming from, right? You start seeing the shift. You're not a fan of it. But at the end of the day, people go for what's a marketable singer. I come across a lot of great singers in my hometown. Amazing singers. I'm like, why are you on this level? Like, why? Like, what why? It's about how you market. It's about they look at people that are highly marketable. Moving out of the music genre, let's look at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is a very marketable individual. He hosts everything. Family Feud. He has a radio show. He has a talk show. He has other side show programs that he does. Ryan Seacrest. They host everything. Why? Because they're very marketable individuals. When it comes to singers, I don't know. I mean, Taylor Swift is a very marketable person. She just is. You got singers like Eric Benet. Eric Benet, for how talented his voice is, you would think he's worth like millions and millions. And he probably has, I know he probably has millions and millions in the bank, but just as far as success wise, I don't think he has a lot of awards. I don't think he has a lot of chart toppers. Okay. He should. But it's just how it's marketed. It says here, while Johnson is not alone in her belief, several singers today have the vocals to back up their many accolades and massive fan base. Here are just a few new generation vocalists who now know how to bring down the house. Now, I've already mentioned before Duran Bernard, also Ari Lennox, Avery Wilson. Woo! Y'all gotta listen to Avery Wilson. Avery Wilson. Avery, and then Wilson. Summer Walker. I saw her in concert once. Wasn't that impressed. Isaiah Falls, her. Absolutely. Jasmine Sullivan. Come on now. Coco Jones, Chloe, Hallie, Flo, which I didn't yet get to see them. SZA, and those are just some of their new generational of R&B singers. But they picked a great list. I will say that. Like I said, I only kind of disagree with just the one, but but they pretty much nailed it on the hat right there. So yeah, what's your take on this, guys? What's your take? Reach out. You can DM me at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, or leave a comment in this video that you're currently watching. Let me know what you guys think about what R&B singer Syleena Johnson said as far as just the new age R&B. What's your take on today's R&B singers and R&B music? What's your take? Regardless of age, this is not just to people from early 90s babies and all this stuff. Like I want to hit every all ages. What is your take on today's R&B? Is it better than old school R&B? Is it worse than old school R&B? Let me know. I'm very curious. All right, my friends, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. So do me a favor, don't go anywhere and do not change that dial. We'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. All right, next up, I thought this was quite interesting. So, a San Diego man, let me tell you something. He goes all out for his girl. And when I mean he goes all out, I mean this man goes all out. Says here that the San Diego man runs 100 miles to girlfriend's house. Now, I'll be honest. I don't think I've made that. My current wife, when we were engaged and dating, I used to fly. We did long distance relationship. We lived in two different states. But I'm gonna tell you right now, running 100 miles from San Diego to Los Angeles, it's not gonna cut it. I don't think I'm that dedicated. First thing I can think of is it must be good, my brother. It must be that good. That brother said, I'm gonna run 100 miles to her house. Girl, put it on him. Anyways, let me read this, guys. This is reported by Yahoo Sports. Says here again, San Diego man runs 100 miles to girlfriend's house in Los Angeles. Most people, this is reported by Fox 5 out there. Most people know of someone who has run a marathon, but imagine doing 4 in a row. You hear me? 4 in a row. That's what one San Diego man did when he set out to run all the way to Los Angeles. He thought of the crazy idea of just running from his front door. This is his quote. He said, it was a crazy idea of just running from my front door to my girlfriend's front door. He's 26 years old, so young, guy has energy. Says here, crazy is an understatement, especially for someone who just started running marathons only 2 years ago. Good gracious. Says here that Green quoted, I do that drive a few times a month. I was sitting on the interstate on Interstate 5 in traffic, I was like, I bet I could get there faster if I ran. Wow. To complete the 100-mile trek from San Diego's Pacific Beach neighborhood to Los Angeles, Green needed help. So Joko Willink, a former U.S. Navy SEAL and founder of the energy drink brand Joko Fuel, stepped up. Joko Fuel, who is also a partner of San Diego FC, covered all expenses Green needed to cover in order to train and eventually make the journey up north. They did everything that was needed to get it done, Green said. That eventually came together in June when he finally hit the road to Los Angeles. Now, however, the 26-year-old didn't spend the 32 hours of that journey alone, as he was accompanied by his girlfriend, Josie, a nurse who was there to provide medical aid if needed. A crew of friends and photographers who encouraged him along the way. Green said, I felt it was easy because I had people with me. If something was to happen, we could stop whenever. At mile 83, Green hit a wall. He started to doubt that he could finish. Those along for the ride, even became questioning it too. Then he remembered the one thing that powered him to the run was music. So he puts on the music at 83 miles and then it keeps going. Usually it could. Okay. So I'm mind blown right now. And he is saying here that he wants to run even a longer trail that's around 211 miles. Goodness gracious. Like I said, my man is running. He has some motivation. Like, I mean, wow. I don't know if you ever get to watch like marathon races or even watching it like in the Olympics, and it's just like, it's a mental thing, guys. It really is a mental thing, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't like to run. I'm not if I like to keep in shape. So as far as cardio, I do the elliptical or the bike, but running long distance in California weather, though they got like a lot of I mean, if you had to go through some mountains and stuff, like they got a little wild, like I don't know, wild animals that live out there in the mountains. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I do hear that the traffic is horrible in California. So hey, look, a lot of y'all might want to take that up. How long would it take me to? Maybe I should run to work. It might help me out instead of all those tardies that I have or late to class. So shout out to that man. He ran to his girl's house 100 miles. You hear me? 100 miles. Wow, 26 years old. So yeah, talk about love. What you won't do, hey, you do for love. What would y'all do for love, y'all? What would y'all do for love? That's gonna be my question for y'all. What would you do for love? How far would you go? Would you guys run 100 miles to your significant other's house? This is for ladies too. It's not just for the guys. You know, would you run 100 miles? I'm gonna ask my wife that later today. Babe, would you risk running 100 miles just to see me? Knowing her, she'd probably be like, absolutely not. What's wrong with you? 100 miles running? Oh, absolutely not. That's exactly what she probably would say. But then I can't disagree with her because I would say the same thing. Okay, so moving on. So artist KRS-One recently took a shot, but he was very upset with the hip hop world after the recent passing of Fat Man Scoop. Now, Fat Man Scoop is known for being the ultimate hype man. He was on albums such as he's done numerous work with Missy Elliott. Honestly, every single song you listen to and you hear like just that hype man back. Most likely it's probably was Fat Man Scoop. Says here, Lose Control by Missy Elliott. It's Like That by Mariah Carey. Yep, you hear his voice. Also, Be Faithful featuring Crooklyn Clan, excuse me. Huge career. Grammy nominated. He was a Grammy nominated. Won one Grammy. Nominated for 3, as well as a Soul Train, won a Soul Train Music award as well. He had recently passed away after, it was sad, but video showed him collapsing on stage while performing, and that was that was the last time people saw him publicly, and he sadly passed at the age of 56 years of age. But recently, KRS-One calls out hip hop for not giving Fat Man Scoop his flowers before he died. He quotes, "Hip hop gotta stop doing that." Now we hear many times in all industries, like, we want to give you your flowers while you're still alive, while you're still here, and not just give you your flowers when you're gone. Like, we want to give you, and that's very needed. I would say that's very needed, because there's people that are very successful that made it up there, and people are like, not people, but they don't think that they fully made it because of the respect that they get. Like, they feel as like a disservice, like, wow, I gave you my all and I don't even get this, that, and the other, because not everybody can receive awards. All right, not everybody can receive Grammys, not everybody can receive Oscars, not everybody can receive Tonys and Emmys and all that other stuff. Not all athletes can receive MVP or win a championship. So I totally understand that it's needed to give individuals their flowers while they're still here. It says here, KRS is sounding off the hip hop genre for only honoring legends after they pass. In an interview on a Houston-based radio station, KRS-One said that Fat Man Scoop should have been given his flowers long before he died. The famed DJ sadly had passed, as I mentioned before. KRS said, "It's a shame that now that he's passed, we're talking about him in this way. Hip hop gotta stop doing that. Only when dudes pass, that's when they get honored. We should have been looking at Fat Man Scoop when his career was blowing up. He's never got play on no station. Only DJs that knew would throw his music on." And which I did not understand that. It says other genres suck. We don't give a you know what about them. Hip hop runs explicit all these other genres. Really, hip hop runs this whole explicit music industry. If we don't get it right with hip hop, I'm sorry, reggae, I'm sorry, jazz, I'm sorry, gospel, I'm sorry, rock. We're not gonna get together with nothing. Then he later added, there's these other genres putting hip hop down, but we rising up. These other genres, they can do that to their artists if they like. We don't give a F about them. We can't do that to our artists. Fat Man Scoop, that's the way a hip hop DJ sounds. He's absolutely right. Like, his voice is very iconic. Nobody can top Fat Man Scoop. So dudes on the radio talking about their number one for hip hop, you should take a listen to the real dude who was running one for hip hop. Clap it up for KRS for speaking that, because it's very true. A lot of individuals don't get their flowers until they pass. And I mean, the sad thing is there's so many artists that they become more successful dead than alive. I mean, perfect example, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was extremely successful alive, but guess what? He's made a crap ton of money dead and then alive. That's the truth. Now, obviously, Michael Jackson had some conflicts with his career and with the law and stuff. Fat Man Scoop was the opposite, never had any problems with the law. just kept on performing, kept on gaining a huge fan base and huge respect in the music industry. But KRS-One is right. His voice is so iconic. No one sounds like Fat Man Scoop. He was the ultimate hype man. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Fat Man Scoop, because it's a very sad way. But you can say that, he left this earth doing what he loved to do. Sure did. We're gonna take another commercial break, y'all. We come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere, and do me a favor, do not change that dial.
Just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. So next up, before we end the program, because I'm looking to see how I am on time. Recently, current Lieutenant Governor of the state of Virginia, Winsome Sears, recently announced that she will be entering in the governor's race for the state of Virginia. It's very true. She was the first, I believe, the first African American woman. Let me make sure I'm not lying. The first woman to serve as lieutenant governor of Virginia, and is the first woman of color and first Jamaican-born American citizen elected to statewide office in the state of Virginia. As I mentioned, she currently serves as lieutenant governor under under Glenn Youngkin, who is the current governor of Virginia. At the time was I guess you could say the quote unquote future of the Republican Party, a fan favorite, because he was looked upon as more moderate, which he's not, which is no shocker. I mean, election season, everybody likes to fool you. Let's be honest. I mean, that's just the way it is. They continue to fool you during that, and so it wasn't a shocker. But as I mentioned, Winsome Sears has filed to run for governor. It's looking like it's going to be a quite interesting race. So as for the Republican primary is concerned, she has been the only one declared on the Republican Party side, because this election will be happening in 2025. And we're still, we're all into presidential and local and state right now, but this will be a major race in the state of Virginia. So for those who are unfamiliar with how Virginia politics works, the General Assembly, everything is pretty much dominant by blue. It is a blue wave. You have the Senate and the House that is taken by Democrats. It's majority Democrats. The only person that you have in what an R in front of their names is the Attorney General Jason Myers, as and then not vice, Lord have mercy, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, and then Glenn Youngkin. Potential individuals that might enter into the Republican primary race: Amanda Chase, who's a former state senator. Former state senator, and she was a candidate for governor in 2021. Jason Myers, who is the Attorney General right now, and then Ron Pittman, who currently serves. He's a congressman in Virginia. His district is District 1. So those are potential names that will probably enter in the race. Now, on the Democratic side, you have who's already declared Abigail Spanberger, who is a congresswoman representing the Virginia 7th Congressional District. Initially, you had the mayor of Richmond, LeVar Stoney, who he currently serves as the mayor, and he's also former Virginia Secretary of the Commonwealth. He recently withdrawn and said he will run for lieutenant governor. Okay. They've already they have a list of people that's declined, so I won't bring their names into the mix. But you know, as far as independents, there have been people that has expressed interest. Denver Riggleman, he's a former Republican U.S. representative for Virgia's 5th congressional district. He said that he sparked interest on potentially running for governor, but it's probably not a strong chance that he will. I think it will be a great race. I think a lot of it will put into effect on how the presidential election occurs. Being that the majority in Virginia state capitol is blue right now, I feel like there's no chance in hell that she would win. She probably will be a great candidate because I think for the Republican Party, their goal is to bring more diversity into their party. Having said that, hey, look, we have the first woman lieutenant governor and woman of color in Virginia that happens to be a Republican. Oh man. And then let's elect our first black governor who is and she's a woman. Like, I mean, I can see right now, as far as strategists writing down, I see the party like saying, oh, this is the future. Come on, we're doing so good, especially trying to, bring on like the black vote to the Republican side. I know people that know Winsome Sears. And a lot of people they're back and forth, right? They're back and forth. A lot of people, have respect for her. A lot of people really don't care for her, especially while she was running for office. I mean, she was big pro guns. Like, she was the one that she had in her hand an AR-15, I believe, in her hand during her promotion, during her campaign slogan and strategy, right? And that's another conversation we'll have on a little later, not today, but on another show, because we're living in a world right now, man. We just had one of the most horrific school shootings like of our time. And we have politicians that drool literally off of the NRA. Like, they love them some guns. All right. They put it as a part of their campaign strategy. I'm talking like in their videos, just like them holding a gun, or, at the dinner table, hey, we got a gun at the, opening Christmas gifts. I got my gun. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm running out of time, but I will continue to talk more about this on the next show, my friends. But as I mentioned before, new episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show airs weeknights on all digital and streaming platforms. So wherever you get your podcasts, as well as on YouTube and Rumble, and Facebook, and our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM, straight talk out of Dallas, Georgia. You can check up new episodes every weeknights at 11 p.m. as well as WDJYFM.com. Do me a favor, my friends. Y'all take it easy. Stay blessed out there. Stay safe. Be sure you are registered to vote. I mean, not be sure, make sure. Be sure you vote, and make sure you are registered to vote. Until next time, my friend.